This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, it's a great zchus to be at the Kever of the Chemdas Shlomo, the Chachmas Shlomo, Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Lifshitz. He was born in 1765. He was nifter in 1839. Rabbi Kever writes about him, I am not even worthy to question in my mind his psukim, even if I wanted to be machmir. The Shalas Tshuvas Chassam Sofer says he's Goin Yisrael. I want to tell you a little bit about him. He was born in Posen. His father, Rabbi Yitzchak, was a leader in the city. In 1804, he becomes the Rav in Nashlask. Nashlask is a city, an area near Warsaw. In 1819, he's appointed the Rav in Praga. Now, Praga is not Prague. It is important to know, Praga is an area, a district in Warsaw, separated from Warsaw proper by a river. So there's Warsaw proper, and there's Praga, which is a district of Warsaw, separated by a river. Now, 1821 comes. Until 1821, they never had a chief rabbi in Warsaw. In 1821, they're trying to appoint a chief rabbi in Warsaw, the Rosh HaKehillah, Rav Hirsch Danziger. He agrees with the other heads of the Kehillah that they're going to appoint Rabbi Aryeh Leib Tzins. We're going to go, Bez Hashem, go to his kever. However, they get a letter from Rabbi Kever. Rabbi Kever writes as follows. Now, Rabbi Kever was one of the greatest anovim, one of the most humble men, but he felt he needed to voice his opinion on this matter. He says, I know this city wants to appoint Rabbi Aryeh Leib Tzins. I don't want to take away the respect of this Goin. However, what the people of Warsaw need, their various opinions, their various personalities, the Rav is going to have to be mavatel to the needs of the people. Therefore, I recommend appointing Rabbi Shlomo Zalman Lifshitz. He's the Abbezin of Praga. He'll have more of a hashpah on the people for each individual, because Rabbi Aryeh Leib is going to be very immersed benigle uvenistar. But the Chemdas Shlomo knows how to make Zman Torah L'chud, Zman Tzibor L'chud. And he would be a more appropriate leader. They followed the advice of Rabbi Kever, and they appointed the Chemdas Shlomo as the Rav. Now, this is a story printed in the Chud HaMeshulash. Chazon Ish said every Jewish home has to have Chud HaMeshulash. Chud HaMeshulash is the official biography of Chassam Sofer, Ksav Sofer, Reb Shimon Sofer. I'm sorry. And of course, Rabbi Kever. Rabbi Kever, Chassam Sofer, Ksav Sofer. It's an amazing story. Reb Shlomo Eger. Reb Shlomo Eger is the son of Rabbi Kever. His father-in-law, Reb Tzvi Hirsch Tzinsimer, left in his ethical will, in his will, that whoever names the first baby after me, I leave them 40,000 ruble. Okay? So here you have the father-in-law of Shlomo Eger, the Reb Tzvi Hirsch. Whoever names the kid Tzvi Hirsch, the kid gets 40,000 ruble. So Reb Shlomo Eger had the first boy. He names the kid Tzvi Hirsch. The baby died within 30 days. Reb Shlomo Eger says, good, it belongs to the baby, and now I inherited the baby. I get the shver's money. Okay? So they go to, they bring the question to the Chemdas Shlomo. Chemdas Shlomo says, I need 30 days to deliberate about this question. He comes back after 30 days, and he says to Reb Shlomo Eger, sorry, the money doesn't go to you. Start over, the next child that's born. Shlomo Eger wasn't happy about this. He says, maybe you want to discuss this with my father, Rabbi Kever. I know he loves you. I'm sure you would value his opinion. So the Chemdas Shlomo said, let me tell you a story about the Rebbe Reb Shmalka, the Rebbe Reb Heschel. We're going to visit him in Krakow, Motzei Shabbos. One year, the Rebbe Reb Heschel was a young boy, and he stole his father's afikoman. So when the father wants the afikoman back, the Rebbe Reb Heschel says, as a little kid, Tati, I'll give you back the afikoman. I want silk garments. Silk garments, I mean, that's like a kid asking for, a Mercedes, What do you mean silk garments? The father said, look, what can I do? I need the afikoman back. Give me the afikoman, I'll give you the silk garments. Fine. So now the father has afikoman, he's giving it out to the kids. He turns to his son Heschel, he says, I'm not giving it to you. He says, why not? He said, I'll give it to you on condition you're moichel the silk garments. So the Rebbe Heschel looks at him, he says, Dad, I knew you would do that. That's why I gave you a decoy afikomen. I'm still holding on to the real afikomen, and I'm giving it to you on condition that you give me some garments and don't make any tanaim. Says the Chemdas Shlomo, I knew you were going to tell me that I should ask Rabbi Akiva Eiger first. I already asked him. Here's the psak. He agrees with me. So this was the chachma of the Chemdas Shlomo. Now I want to tell you a little lumdus on the Chemdas Shlomo. We know there's a concept, oines, rachmana, patre. If someone has an extenuating circumstance, they're exempt. The question is in Gemara and Ksubis, we'll go inside. The Gemara and Ksubis talks about the sugya of ein oines begitin. You remember that sugya? Ein oines, you can come in. Ein oines begitin. If somebody says to their wife, here's the document of divorce, on condition only if I don't return within 30 days. And the guy wanted to return, but he was not able to return. So the question is, why does oines play a role in this situation? Doesn't oines rachmana patre mean that if you're an oines, it's not your fault? It's not your fault. Okay, that's when it's a matter of punishment, not when it's a matter of not coming. You said, if I don't come, it should be a get. So you didn't come, it doesn't matter why you didn't come. So the Chemdas Shlomo says, what's the lumdus? What's the mechanism of oines? The mechanism of oines is, if the reason you didn't do something was because of extenuating circumstances, we don't attribute that to you. It's like it just happened in the world in general. The mechanism of oines is not, it's not your fault so you won't get punished. It's if the reason you did or didn't do something is because of extenuating circumstance, then we say the thing happened, but it's not connected to you. It's not attributed to you. That's the mechanism of oines. We learn it out from the pasuk ulanara loisasa davar, that if a woman is violated, we don't punish her, not because it's a mitigating factor. It's because when something is done and it was not your fault, we don't attribute it to you. This is a lumdus of the Chemdas Shlomo. Zchusa yagin aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. Amen.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.